Hello everyone, Megazip here, and I want to give you my 5 tips for SnowRunner hard mode. Let's get to it. Alright guys, tip number 1, the first tower. Okay, so what do I mean by this? Well, it's very simple. The tower that you have to go to in the tutorial, which if you know the tutorial, you start from the bottom down here. This is the easiest tower to get to in this map. So it should be the first tower that you unlock. And now let me show you why. It opens up so much space right here, especially you know, the lumber mill, and up here where you can get metal beams. Those are important. It also gives you the ability to see the GMC, along with the fallen power line, which is one of the big areas that you have to clear. So that's tip number 1. All right, tip number 2, turn off your motor. So what do I mean? Well, what you want to do is turn off your motor if you're going to be doing anything for more than 30 seconds. So if you need to go to your map, you need to plot out where you're going to go, you need to figure out your next course of action, turning off your motor is very important because it conserves gas, especially when you're in much bigger vehicles like that GMC. Probably doesn't matter nearly as much with a scout truck, but it's always good to have fuel discipline. So tip number 2, turn off your motor. All right, tip number 3, save the FLEETSTAR. This you see this truck right here, it's DOA. It's not drivable at the moment, but you need to make sure that you save it. So what I'm going to do is a commenter on my first video had mentioned about taking it over here to this repair. Now, I made the mistake of selling this truck, and I'm going to tell you why you shouldn't. So I'm going to just tow this truck over there and repair it real quick. All right, so I'm going to repair the FLEETSTAR. As you can see here, it needs everything. So let's just get this thing repaired. And we don't have that much left as far as what's in this repair trailer, but I think it'll be worth it in the long run. So now we just have to put the FLEETSTAR into the garage, and then I'll show you why you should keep this truck. And be sure to get this upgrade before you go into the garage. Right here. Okay, so we have the FLEETSTAR here in the garage now. And that upgrade that we found is actually for all-wheel drive. So we go to all-wheel drive, you see we now have the ×1 on that. So we definitely want to install that. And so that's one of the main reasons. You get all-wheel drive, and you have differential lock engageable. So these two things alone are going to help this truck get around a lot better. Now, we can't really do anything else. Everything else is pretty much locked out. You know, there's a few tires, but there's nothing there to choose. Gearbox, you know, all this stuff is pretty much, you know, not upgradable. When you look at the frame add-ons, you can see that there is a lot of choices here, including the loading crane, which will come in handy because we need that to load stuff on. But we start off with nothing, so we will have to spend a little bit of money either putting on the flatbed or putting on the sideboard bed. And you can see that we have $88.50, so we have enough money to do one of those two things. So with that being said, that is tip number 3, save the FLEETSTAR. All right, so that brings me to tip number 4, sell the GMC. Now, in my original playthrough, I did the opposite. I sold the FLEETSTAR and I kept the GMC. I'm telling you right now, this thing is hot garbage, and I'll tell you, and I'm going to show you the reason why. All-wheel drive, while it is engageable, you have to go to Russia to find it, which means that is, you know, too far away and is out of reach. So all-wheel drive that's a deal breaker. You kind of need it. Differential lock, you can find that here somewhere around in Michigan, probably on one of the other maps. But for the most part, that is a real deal breaker. And so my advice, which is part of this tip number 4, is to sell the GMC. So when we retain it, we can sell it for $15,600. So that's an extra 15 grand in our pocket. So now we have 24,000, and we have a truck that can easily haul things compared to the GMC. That GMC, like I said, in my view, is hot garbage. So with this one, we now have many choices. We can go with the sideboard bed, which is where I'm gonna pick for this particular one right here, and that is an easy purchase. That is an easy purchase. We have engageable all-wheel drive and engageable diff lock. The two things that I wish one of those was at least available on the GMC, but it's not. So that's tip number 4, sell the GMC. All right, my last tip, tip number 5, buy a Scout fuel trailer. You can see I have a Scout fuel trailer here. I'm gonna go put some gas in this thing. And the reason is we're going to keep this at the garage. Now, the reason that we want to keep this at the garage is very simple. If you get yourself in a position where you do get stuck and you have to recover because you wasted 20 minutes, you could be almost out of fuel. And so, because you got to really pay attention to your fuel consumption, having a kind of emergency tank at the garage is priceless. And to get the best bang for our buck, rather than taking a bigger tanker at this early stage, we want to take a Scout one. This holds 238 gallons, so more than enough to take care of your FLEETSTAR, FLEETSTAR, you know, the other truck plus this truck, you know, multiple times before you run into any serious trouble. So I'm gonna go get some fuel, and I'll be right back. All right, here we are at the fuel station, and we're just gonna get some gas here. And as you can see, it is $8 per gallon. So yeah, this is gonna be it's gonna be pricey, but I think, like I said, I think it'll be worth it in the long run. Actually, no, that's the wrong one. We need this one. So it's gonna cost a lot. So let's just do it. There we are. Cost just under 2K. But I think it's worth it. 238 gallons. So I will see you guys back at the garage, and I'll just kind of show you where I'm going to put it. All right, guys. So we are back at the garage. I have it right here in front of these little things here. So this is where I have it in my my actual playthrough. Another part to put it is closer to where we deploy. So what we could do is we could move it up here a little bit. See, that way you don't have far to travel. Maybe just sort of like stick it over here. Stick it right like that. and then you can use it whenever you need gas. So there you go. That is my 5 tips for SnowRunner hard mode. But I wouldn't be remiss if I didn't have one bonus tip for you. And we're going to do that right now. And that bonus tip is, because you have money now, you need to update your tires on the scout truck to all-terrain. You will get around so much better. In fact, I recommend this particular one, the 31-inch AS2s, because mud is set to good, and you need it. You just need it. So you'll see me do it right here, and then you'll sell your other one at half price, and there you go. There is my 5 tips plus 1 bonus tip for SnowRunner hard mode. If you like this video, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And leave me a comment down below and let me know if you have any tips for hard mode. I could always use some more tips myself. And also, if you would rather see me play this playthrough instead of my original one, because I have the FLEETSTAR now, also let me know in the comments down below for that too, because I'll be honest with you, it's very tempting. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next mud pit.